Chapter 5 Microsoft Excel Working with Cells. About the chapter. The Excel Interface. Components of Excel Workbook. Worksheet View option. Creating and opening worksheet. Working with cells. Excel 2013 is a spreadsheet program that allows you to store, organize, and analyze information. Whether you are keeping a budget, organizing a training log, or creating an invoice, Excel makes it easy to work with different types of data. It displays a collection of templates for budget, calendars, reports, and more as soon as you open the program. The Excel interface. When you open Excel 2013 for the first time, the Excel Start screen will appear. From here, you will be able to create a new workbook, choose a template, and access your recently edited workbooks. From the Excel Start screen, locate and select Blank Workbook to access the Excel interface. Components of Excel window. Quick Access Toolbar. The Quick Access Toolbar lets you access common commands no matter which tab is selected. By default, it includes the Save, Undo, and Redo commands. You can add other commands depending on your preference. Quick Fact. Some of the Excel features we take for granted today were actually included in Excel 1.0 just because they seemed like a nifty thing to do. The ribbon. The ribbon contains all the commands you need to perform common tasks in Excel. It has multiple tabs, each with several groups of commands. Clipboard. Font. Each tab is divided into groups. Page layout. Data. Click a tab to see more commands. Command group. Each group contains a series of different commands. Simply click any command to apply it. Some groups also have an arrow in the bottom right corner, which you can click to see even more commands. Click a command to apply it. Some groups have an arrow that you can click for more options. Name box. The name box displays the location or name of a selected cell. In the image, cell B4 is selected. Note that cell B4 is where column B and row 4 intersect. Formula bar. In the formula bar, you can enter or edit data, a formula, or a function that will appear in a specific cell. In the image, cell C1 is selected and 1984 is entered into the formula bar. Note how the data appears in both the formula bar and in cell C1. Column. A column is a group of cells that run from the top of the page to the bottom. In Excel, columns are identified by letters. Column H is selected in the image. Cell. Each rectangle in a workbook is called a cell. A cell is the intersection of a row and a column. Simply click to select a cell. Cell B3 is selected in the image. Row. A row is a group of cells that run from the left of the page to the right. In Excel, rows are identified by numbers. Row 10 is selected in the image below. Worksheets. Excel files are called workbooks. Each workbook holds one or more worksheets, also known as spreadsheets. One worksheet will appear by default when you open an Excel workbook. It's easy to rename, add, and delete worksheets. Scroll between worksheets. Click to add a new worksheet. Worksheet view options. There are 3 ways to view a worksheet. Simply click to select the desired view. Normal view is selected by default and shows you an unlimited number of cells and columns. Page layout view divides your spreadsheet into pages. Page break view lets you see an overview of your worksheet, which is especially helpful when adding page breaks. Normal view, page layout view, page break view. Vertical and horizontal scroll bars. Your spreadsheet may frequently have more data than you can see on the screen at once. Click, hold, and drag the vertical or horizontal scroll bar depending on what part of the page you want to see. Horizontal scroll bar, vertical scroll bar. Creating and opening workbook. Excel files are called workbooks. Whenever you start a new project in Excel, you'll need to create a new workbook. There are several ways to start working with a workbook in Excel 2013. You can choose to create a new workbook either with a blank workbook or a pre-designed template, or open an existing workbook. To create a new blank workbook, 1. Select the File tab. Backstage view will appear. 2. Select New, then click Blank Workbook. 3. A new blank workbook will appear. To open an existing workbook. In addition to creating new workbooks, you'll often need to open a workbook that was previously saved. Navigate to Backstage view, then click Open. Select Computer, then click Browse. The Open dialog box will appear. Locate and select your workbook, then click Open. The selected workbook working with cells. Cells are the basic building blocks of a worksheet. You'll need to learn the basics of cells and cell content to calculate, analyze, and organize data in Excel. Understanding cells. Every worksheet is made up of thousands of rectangles, which are called cells. A cell is the intersection of a row and a column. Columns are identified by letters A, B, C, while rows are identified by numbers 1, 2, 3. Each cell has its own name or cell address based on its column and row. In this image, the selected cell intersects column C and row 8, so the cell address is C8. The cell address will also appear in the name box. Note that a cell's column and row headings are highlighted when the cell is selected. You can also select multiple cells at the same time. A group of cells is known as a cell range. Rather than a single cell address, you will refer to a cell range using the cell address of the first and last cells in the cell range separated by a colon. For example, a cell range that included cells A1, A2, A3, A4, and A5 would be written as A1 colon A5. For example, in the images below, two different cell ranges are selected. Cell range A1 colon A8, cell range A1 colon B8. To select a cell. To input or edit cell content, you'll first need to select the cell. Click a cell to select it. A border will appear around the selected cell, and the column heading and row heading will be highlighted. The cell will remain selected until you click another cell in the worksheet. To select a cell range. Sometimes you may want to select a larger group of cells or a cell range. Click, hold, and drag the mouse until all of the adjoining cells you want to select are highlighted. Release the mouse to select the desired cell range. The cells will remain selected until you click another cell in the worksheet. To insert content. 1. Click a cell to select it. 2. Type content into the selected cell, then press Enter on your keyboard. The content will appear in the cell and the formula bar. You can also input and edit cell content appears in cell and formula bar. To delete cell content. 1. Select the cell with content you want to delete. 2. Press the Delete or Backspace key on your keyboard. The cell's content will be deleted. To delete cells. There is an important difference between deleting the content of a cell and deleting the cell itself. If you delete the entire cell, the cells below it will shift up and replace the deleted cells. 1. Select the cells you want to delete. 2. Select the delete command from the Home tab on the ribbon. 3. The cells below will shift up. Quick fact: Excel 3.0 1991 was the first application to use the modern toolbar. This would become a standard for many desktop applications for years. Let's recall. Excel 2013 is a spreadsheet program that allows you to store, organize, and analyze information. The Quick Access toolbar lets you access common commands no matter which tab is selected. The ribbon contains all the commands you need to perform common tasks in Excel. The name box displays the location or name of a selected cell. A column is a group of cells that run from the top of the page to the bottom. Each rectangle in a workbook is called a cell. A row is a group of cells that runs from the left of the page to the right. There are 3 ways to view a worksheet, that is normal view, page layout view, and page break view. Excel files are called workbooks.